All right, folks, we are back here with the 13 and under division of the UNAA Area Qualifier at Conquer Burnsville. We have Owen up on the course first. This is, so some of the changes they had here for the course, pretty similar to the first one, but they have some a little bit farther dismounts sometimes. And also a few longer laches on some of the, like the last obstacles there. Owen here is on the ring slider. Oh, did not quite make the slide there. That one there, you really gotta get a good pull back on the ring to make that dismount to the mat. Owen moving on to the next obstacle there. Owen already onto the wing nuts there, making a big reach across. And then it goes into the propellers from here. Makes the first transfer on the propeller. Got a really tight grip there. Ooh, did not quite make that last propeller. And into the cane. So now the 13-year-olds must actually jump out to that ring or to the bar with their cane and then build the swing up. Oh, not quite able to make it to that second one there. And timing out on the canes there. So Owen getting a total of 2 points scored for 6 seconds and 94.
A lot? I said either. I don't even say there's a lot either. Oh, okay, good save, Terry. This be the first one. Yeah. This one up and walk you through the boat. Yeah.
All right, up next we got Ellis, and then followed by Ty. Ellis is off, making his way through the angled rolling steps. Makes a parkour run and into the sliding rings. That last ring is on a sliding pipe, so you gotta build up a big swing and then make the dismount all the way to the end. Woo! Very close, but makes that dismount and clears the sliding pipes. And onto the icicles here. These icicles, very slippery. Ooh, cannot quite hold on to that one. And Ellis moving on to the ring trapeze. This one here, there's two rings on each of the trapeze after the very first one here, after the flying squirrel. And you must lachey over to just the rings, not grabbing the trapeze parts, and then use those to trapeze between. So they can kind of slide back and forth. It's a little bit more wobblier grab, but pretty similar to just a trapeze lachey. And on to now the roadblock. So this here is a spinning log that there is a barrier in the way, and they can kind of kick it out of the way if they need to. They aren't, this age group is not allowed to touch it with their hands or lower body like that. And then here we have the spider jam. So this obstacle here, you can kind of see a little bit. They have to go through just like a spider climb, but there are barriers in the way here that they must go around. And if they happen, those like top barriers there, if those happen to fall over and hit the ground, and they fail the obstacle as well. I was pushing his way through there. Whoo, gets the grab there, it saves it, and makes the dismount. I was moving on to the wing nut alley. So far, clean run besides the icicles. Looking very strong so far, making us right now into the last three hardest obstacles here, into the propellers. Ooh, makes the grab there. Ooh, did not quite get the second propeller, but made it through the first point of it. And now on to the cane lane to double salmon level. Ooh, did not quite get the second cane there, but still, oh. And stops there. Ellis there and currently in first place with a time of 2:42 for 7 points scored. Ty is up on the course here. Ty, a strong competitor. Failing out with Burnsville here. Coach Casey by his side there, making quick work of the first two obstacles. And already onto the ring slider. See if he gets the big pull here. He will slide through. Nice pull here. See if we can have our first clear of the icicles. These icicles, they're pretty slick, just like an actual icicle. But got squeezed tight. Gets the hold there. Gets the first point. And clears the icicles. Ty moving on to the ring trapeze. Nice job out Ty there. Feeling swing up and makes a dismount. Perfect run so far. About a minute 40 left in time. Ty pushing his way now through the spider jam. See if we'll make it through this. We'll have probably about a minute 15 left to clear the last 3 obstacles, or three points. Actually 4 points, sorry. Last round it was just 3 points. And clearing the spider jam is a minute left. And onto the wing nut and propeller lane. Ty using his long reach to reach through those wing nuts. But now with these propellers, you gotta be very precise. Gotta have both hands on each side. This is not something you can really recover from. You either get it or you don't. Oh, does a switch grip on the propellers. And clears the propellers. Our first clear of the propellers, but only about a minute. I think we actually have a time limit of 4 minutes. My mistake, folks. Ty makes that first grab there. Must make it to the Lachey bar now. Makes the grab there, gets that first point, then goes directly into the salmon ladder for the second point here. Where they must transfer across and then go all the way to the top. And you gotta touch that cross beam. Clearing the obstacle. Ty. Very nice run out Ty. That is a full clear, 12 points, and a time of 3:38.68. Up next here we have Grace Emerson. Grace hailing out of the Conquer Eden Prairie Gym. A very strong female competitor. Our first female competitor of the 13 and under division. After Grace will be Addy, the second female of the 13 and under division. Grace making quick work of the steps there onto parkour. Big jump here. Makes the jump, clearing it. And big grab there, big pull through. Nice pulls out of Grace there. Big pull, she's going a little sideways, but makes that dismount very nice out of Grace. Now into the very difficult icicle. You need a big pull up and big tight squeeze. Oh, not quite able to pull up enough to grab the next hold there. Grace moving on to the ring trap piece here, opting for that side platform to make the jump out to it. Going to one side and then reaching over. Just nice sometimes, helps you kind of focus on which which part you're going to grab onto instead of the wider grip there. You need both sides. Ooh, not able to quite make that transfer to the rings there. But Grace, plenty of time here still. Moving on to the roadblock. Just need to kick that roadblock aside. And clears the roadblock. She's into the spider jam. Kind of hard to see here, always on the other side of how this obstacle is set up. Where she is coming to that first jam of the spider, coming around it, and then we'll have to make her way to the second one. Those two top pillars may not touch the ground, so if they're having to knock them over, that would be a fall. Very nice job out of Grace, clearing the obstacle. We're heading into the last 3 obstacles. Challenging back half. 4 points total. Actually, technically 2 obstacles with 4 points total. Starting off with the wing nuts. She makes a jump up to it. Using kicks there to build up a lache to reach over. Oh, it looks like she's going to jump for it. Yep, makes the jump over to the second wing nut. Just needs to touch that first stationary propeller to clear the first point. Gets the 1 point. And now to the propellers. Oh, now you look at that first propeller. It's okay, it's got a little bit under a minute left. This here also 2-point obstacle, so must make it through the canes to even do the salmon ladder portion. Just jumps out, gets that first cane on. This one here, very easy to start getting a sideways swing. Ooh, cannot quite make the transfer to the second cane. That'll be the end of Grace's run there. Very nice. Total of 6 points and time of 3:08:20.
I do that too. Joe.
So Ty still sitting in first place with a full clear, 338-68.
Yeah. So
Followed by Ellis Rothke, 7 points, 242-18. Up next we got Addy, followed by Benjamin.
And then Julianne, she's from 5-star. She's in the Masters of the Clay Plus, the Clay competition, for some reason.
Oh, okay.
So she's doing the first time she decided.
Awesome.
It's a good time.
I'm working my way up to that.
A full open here.
What's that?
A full open here. We've got like 2 minutes at a time. We're getting close. What's the threshold to be? Is there any threshold? It's kind of feel like it. Would you have to be able to do like a certain obstacle? Okay. Don't keep saying, I need this obstacle. Maybe she's like, I need that.
All right, Addy's moving her way through. Clears first off a little step up there, but makes it through. And already on to the ring slider.
Good, Sean. You're so hard.
Clears the ring slider. Addy's heading on over to the icicles here. We've only had 1 clear on the icicles yet. It's very, very slippery. Gotta do a big pull up off this one to reach that cone. Oh, cannot quite get it. But she's moving on to the ring trapeze. Addy touching her hand down onto the roadblock there. That's why that was a fail there. You can only use lower body on that obstacle for the 13 and under division here. Addy knocking over or touching the ground somewhere on the spider jam. Plenty of time though still. Flying through the course here. Big reach out, Addy out with those wing nuts. But we'll see if she'll be able to make her way through the propellers here. Makes the first propeller grab there. Build up a big swing here. You got pop real high and grab both sides of that propeller and make this one here. Ooh, not quite enough to get that second propeller. On to the last obstacle here. Worth 2 points. The cane lane. She makes it to the third lâcher bar. You get the first point. And then if you're able to make it up the same ladder all the way to the top, or to where you're able to touch the crossbeam, that is where the second point is called. Coming back to the platform to get some more chalk. Oh, and but still slips off the cane there. Chalk not quite enough to hold on to those difficult canes there. Very nice run out, Addy though. Moving her into 4th place total. 2nd place for the females so far. Up next we got Benjamin, followed by James. Benjamin here. Pretty sure, I think, hailing out of the Blaine Conquer gym. Yep, Conquer Blaine. There he goes, making his way through the first 2 obstacles. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy for Ben. Now onto the ring slider. Big pull off of this. Should be able to dismount onto that last pad easily enough. Now onto the icicle. This icicle, very slick. Nice, makes that grab. Clears that obstacle and clears the icicles for both points. Benjamin now onto the ring trapeze. Makes that grab there, kind of bringing them together here. Build up that lâcher. Kicking through. Makes the grab. And clearing the ring trapeze. Ben looking very strong so far. Full clear up to this point. Keeping his balance on the on the roadblock. Clearing that, but now into the spider jam. And Benjamin falling on the canes there, but very nice run out of Benjamin, moving him into second place overall. 9 points scored in a time of 2:45.52. Up next here we got James, followed by Clara. Oh, James there grabbing part of the ring slider that you're not able to. Thus a fail in that obstacle, but now moving on to the icicles. Not quite able to make it up the icicles there. Oh, could not quite hold on to that first propeller there. Hands a little too far on one side of them. We'll see if we can get at least another point or two here on the last obstacle. Oh, slipping out that cane there. Nice run out, James, though. Scoring a total of 2 points in 6 seconds total. 6.06. A very difficult area qualifier course here, folks. We've only had 2 full clears so far the entire day on this course out of so far about 30 some competitors. So showing you a lot of difficult obstacles here for these competitors. Up next on the course we got Clara, followed by Catherine. Clara also hailing out the Blaine gym of Conquer. Clara here is our second to last competitor of this first wave of the 13 unders. And after her, we'll have a short break here as we bring in the next wave of competitors. Holding up pretty high in the ring there. But makes the grab to the second one. Big pull through. I'll make sure to grab onto that ring, do a big pullback on just the ring. And sliding her way through. Clearing the ring slider. The icicles here, the dastardly icicle. Taking down many of our competitors here today so far. So a slippery slope to the ground off of those icicles. Big pull up here. Clara. Oh, makes a grab onto that cone there. Gets that first point. Taking a breather in between it. Saving her time. Making the big reach to the other cone. Being smart and skipping those other icicles. Those things are dirty, dirty obstacles. That's complete. So she clears the icicles. Very strong run. Oh, did not quite make that first grab there. On to the roadblock alley now. Clara into the spider jam here now after making it through that roadblock there. She's got a very impressive run going so far. Could very easily move herself into first place. Ooh, could not quite make it through the spider jam though. They're on to the challenging back half. 4 more points to go. Holding on tight to that cane there. Pulling through. Oh, could not quite hold on to that second cane. Clara falling down the last obstacle. A very impressive run. That's going to put her up there in first place for the females at 7 points. Time of 3:06.59. And fourth place overall for the 13 and unders. Come up here, we got Catherine, followed by Max. Actually, Catherine will be the last one of this group here, and then we'll have a kind of a short break here, and Max will be the first off in the second wave, starting at around 4 o'clock. Catherine moving through the ring slider, reaching out to that slider ring there. Nice, pull back one arm all the way to the platform. Very smooth, probably the smoothest I've seen so far this 1300 group. Now she's onto the icicles. Will she be able to grip onto that icicle and make the transfer up to the cone? And she does. Big pull through. So gain the 2 points there. So far, full clear on her run. Big kicks here on the ring trapeze. Woo, makes a grab there, pulling them in together. One more here, and then she's got to dismount to that pad. Looking strong. Very nice out of Catherine. One more kick here, and dismounting for the point. Moving on to the roadblock. This one here, you cannot use your hands on it. You can step on the sides if you need to and kick that block out of the way. Then into the spider jam. For those of you just joining us here, the spider jam here, it's just like the spider climb, but there are some pillars in the way here. You gotta kind of work your way around, and those very top pillars up there, they cannot knock over. If those happen to fall over as they're going in, that is a fail on the obstacle. So you gotta be kind of careful as you move around these pillars to work your way through. It's a very difficult obstacle to try to, cut time on. Like some obstacles, if you have really good laches or grip strength, you can make some moves that would save you some time compared to other people. This one here, it's pretty much you just gotta fight your way through it and push hard. So, but she makes it through. She's got a full clear so far, but we're moving on to the last two obstacles. We're 4 points total, and I would say the hardest two obstacles of the entire course here. First off here is the wing nuts. Once she makes it onto that stationary propeller, that is the first point there. So you got one, but now she must get through the propellers to get the second point of this obstacle. Ooh, makes a grab there for the first one. Kind of needs to straighten her hands out a little bit. Ooh, almost fell off there. Oh, her hands are a little bit uneven. It's really hard to hold on the propeller like that. Ooh, could not quite hold on to that one there. Very, very difficult obstacle. That one there we premiered actually at the UNAA World Finals Season 4. That was here in 2019. Ooh, Catherine not quite able to hold on to that second cane there, but a very, very nice run out of her. I think that's going to be moving her up in the first place for the females. Third place overall with a time of 3:31.93 and 9 points scored. Very, very nice out of Catherine there. So we're going to have a quick break here, folks, as we switch over the groups, bring in the next group here, and we'll finish off the 1300 groups with 11 more competitors. Stay tuned.
work. Show me you like to work. Show me you like to work.
Just begun, we rebels on the run. Together we could start a riot. Been waiting for this day. We're reckless and insane. Together we could start a riot. Together we could start a riot.
go, it's like game time. I need two girls at the same time. We don't even care what them lames rhyme. Smoking the seasoning, so don't waste time. Everywhere we go, it's like game time. I need two girls at the same time. We don't even care what them lames rhyme. Smoking the seasoning, so don't waste time. Like game time. At the same time. What them lames rhyme? Don't waste time. Like game time. Don't waste time. Yeah. Anywhere we go, it's like game time. So don't waste time.
All right, we're here with Max from our 13 and under division. 13 and unders today running the full adult course that you'll see tomorrow. Working up that icicle, unfortunately unable to get up there. Now going into the ring trapeze. Grab that first set of rings, gonna even them out. Grab second set, just needs a dismount, and we'll get the point there. Working across the roadblock, cannot use your hands at all. This lower body only, and makes it across with ease. You are able to use your hands on that landing box. You just can't use it on the mats at all. Into spider jam. Rules on this obstacle, you cannot let the top pad touch the ground. You can touch it, you can put weight on it, you could try to go over it, but I don't think that's going to happen for this course. So you're probably going around it, but need to keep it on top of the other mats. Gets around the first one, now going into the second block, the second spider jam, if you will. Putting a lot of weight on there, unfortunately falls down. It's a tough obstacle. Now into wing nuts and propellers, starting with the trampoline. Gonna chalk up before this. Chalk definitely helpful on these. Not super grip intensive, but it is wood. Chalk always helps with the wood. All right, up onto that first wing nut. Building up some swing. And reach out to the next one. Onto the stationary propeller. Now these next two will spin fully 360 degrees. Gets the first one. We've seen a lot of people have issues here. That swing just not going the direction that he needed, unfortunately. We've seen one or two people get through that today, but definitely been a ninja killer so far. Those propellers are odd. They were, I believe, originally introduced at UNAA World Finals, not this past year because it never happened due to COVID, but the year before, which was hosted by Conquer and designed by Conquer. But I don't know if they've made an appearance in a course since then, actually, so fun to have them in today. He's on the cane lane, gets through the first canes and onto the half point, or the 1 point, 1 out of 2. To get the full point, he'll need to transfer this and bring it all the way up to the top. The thought process there, he was going to jump that up and then transfer. Actually, not a bad move, because on that transfer, you don't need to bring the bar then. You just need, there's a spot at the very top that you need to
touch. So you could theoretically just bump that up and then swing up and touch it. You do waste some time, of course, turning around, but overall, great run by Max. Let's go over to the standings here just to bring them up for you guys. We have one full clear today. That is done by Ty, in this course at least. Really, really strong run by him. So Ty is leading with 12 points, time of 3 minutes 38 seconds. Next up is Benjamin with 9 points. And Catherine also with 9. That's our top 3 currently. All right, up next we have Ben. Ben looking like he's wearing a 605 Ninja shirt from what I can see. 605 bringing a handful of competitors out to our comp today from South Dakota. And cruising through those obstacles so far. A lot of people really going quick on those first 2 obstacles today. And ring slider, super smooth. Let's see if he gets it. And he does. Now up to the Devil Steps. Or the Icicles, sorry. Devil Steps was the other course. Now that icicle is really hard to hold on to. Luckily you can skip a lot of the other ones, but that one you kind of have to use, and he gets through it. Going into the ring trapeze. So far we've got another full clear going. Could come down to time. If he's able to go through, he gets that one as well. Just needs to dismount and gets the point. Onto roadblock. Let's see what he does here. He's stepping around it a little bit, gonna kick it off and walk through, and that is a clear. Into Spider Jam. This one giving people issues sometimes. Sometimes people are just figuring it out. Seems to go case by case. Looked like he fell down there, unfortunately. Did not get the point there. Still has a really good run going. Could definitely take second place still. We've only got one full clear, and the rest are missing multiple points. So if he finishes this out in full, he should be sitting on the podium, at least for now. So Ben missing that last propeller. That is a tough one. It's a lot different coming off that first propeller because it is stationary. You get a lot more pull. You don't have to pull at the same time. But that second propeller to the third one, it is swinging. Since it spins freely, you have to pop with both hands at the same time. You need a lot more momentum up than out. And it's really just a tricky obstacle if you haven't tried it. Gets to that cane, holding it a little bit high. Let's see if it peels off. We've seen that happen a few times, but it looks like he's okay. He goes for the lache and gets it. So that is 1 point right there on the red bar. Second point is when he touches the top of the salmon ladder on the other side. So he's going to go for the transfer first. Doesn't get it. Let's see if his time's going to be quick enough. Ben coming in with 9 points as well, putting himself in second place, beating out the previous second place, another Ben, by less than 2 seconds. So a very close run, and sitting on the podium, at least for now. Up next is Lucy. Not sure where Lucy trains. Let's see who is coaching her through the course. Looks like it might be Sean from Ninjas United. Making sure the course is reset. I'll show you here real quick, just show you that second place run. That was Ben, putting himself in second place with a time of 2:43. beating out the next person by less than 2 seconds. But Ty with our full clear, the only one so far, still sitting in first place. Lucy starting off. Came off a little weird on that. Hopefully her ankle's okay. Looks like she is. But missed that point. Got the second point on parkour though. Nice reach on those rings. Off to the next one. Big pull here. Gotta keep this straight here. But the landing mat is nice and big, so that's good, and she gets that point. Now going up the icicles. Let's see if she can handle this first icicle. This has been giving a lot of people trouble. Probably only seen 3 maybe clears on this so far. But no problem for Lucy. Look at that grip strength. Working her way down. Let's see if she chooses to use that or if she skips. Kind of just bumps ahead. Very smart move. Those icicles are a tough hold and should be skipped at all costs. Into the ring trapeze. Needs a little more swing, I think. Got her hands on it, but you saw she was fully extended. Her arms were all the way out. That's not the way you want to catch it anyway, for the sake of holding on, and it is not the way you want to catch it for your shoulders. That looked like it could have hurt, but she is still going, gets the point on roadblock and into the spider jam. Making her way through spider jam. At that first jam. Working her way around it. You can touch it. You can put pressure on it. You can stand on top of it if you want to. You just cannot let that top mat touch the ground. And it is a tight space in there. Gets through the first one. Let's see if she can put it together and get the second one as well. Grabbing the top, unfortunately falls down. I think even if she would have caught it, that top one probably would have come all the way off. Now into wing nuts and propellers. Really a series of tough obstacles. This entire course, especially for an area qualifier here, it is a tough course. A lot of times on the area ones, you're going to see a speed course, but every now and then you'll see something that's a little more endurance, a little more pumpy like this. You got some upper body obstacles to end it. All right, Lucy into the propeller section. That first propeller is a point, I believe, in this course. This is a 2-point obstacle, I think. But unable to hold on to that first rotating propeller. Yeah, so that is a 1 point for her out of a 2-point obstacle, and this is also a 2-point obstacle. She gets the first hook on. She's got her grip where it needs to be, but just not enough swing. And that is the end of the run for Lucy. Good run for her. Let's check the standings here. First place still is Ty with 12 points, the only full clear of the day. Second place, Ben, 9 points, 243. Third place, Benjamin, 9 points as well, 245. Our first place female competitor, currently in 4th overall, first for females, also with 9 points, time of 3:31. That was an incredibly strong run. And rounding out the top 5 is Ellis with 7 points, time of 2:42. Of course, points are the most important thing here. Your points are going to determine your place. Time is just a tiebreaker. So you're going to see these ninjas going pretty fast. It's pretty common that we would have a few people in different price or in different point brackets, so it will usually come down to time. Up next, we have Josiah. Josiah, I believe, going, also known as the Brick Ninja, if I'm not mistaken. Big jump there. And a really good reach. He didn't quite have the speed that a lot of people have gotten there, but the reach got him, and he's nice and controlled and relaxed, which is how you want to be. Getting just enough swing to make that No more, no less. Now let's see what the grip strength is like for Josiah. You can see him slipping on that. Needs a match. But this is what's hard, is popping up and leaving one hand on that icicle. It's so slippery. And the longer you stay... Oh, he got his hand on it, but just not completely around it. I'll bet in redemption time, if there is any, I could see him getting that. Now into the ring trapeze, starting off with the flying squirrel. A wide grip inherently on this obstacle, making it a little more difficult, a little different than what you would normally practice. You know, he had the swing for that. It looked like he shot out low. From what I could tell, didn't get up high enough and just kind of came under those rings. Let's see if, I don't think he used his hands at all. It was close, but they're letting it run, and that is a point there. All right, now into the spider jam. Spider jam, one of those obstacles where your height can definitely come into play. If you are tall enough, you can kind of just straddle the mats and get a foot around it. But, of course, if you are taller person in a tighter area like that can be difficult as well. So it's been interesting seeing people get through this, and interesting seeing what people choose to do. You can see Josiah putting his back on the wall, his feet on the mats, getting a little bit of slippage there, though. Hands on top, trying to figure out how he wants to get his other foot onto the wall. That's the big part here. He can reach a toe. Let's see if he can save this. He's gonna have to, he's going backwards. He might just dismount backwards. No, he's gonna turn around, and he gets the point. It's a really fun obstacle to watch people do, because you can tell it's not really something they've tried before, and they're very much working it out in their head while going through it, and Josiah did a great job figuring that out. Oh, nice save on the wing nuts. Almost the full one-handed grab, but definitely started with just one hand. Gonna reach out here, I think. Monkey bar cross, smart move. And probably just gonna reach here as well. Gonna take another swing. And that's a point right there. Let's see if he can get through the propellers. Josiah, a Conquer member, Conquer athlete. I believe at Woodbury mainly, however, and propellers only live at Conquer Burnsville. They are a tough obstacle. He fails that one, but he gets the cane and unable to hold it. Good run overall from Josiah. Ends around 3 minutes and 20 seconds. And with 6 points. Currently sitting in the top 10. Throw the standings up just so you guys can see it. Nothing changed after that run. And up next, we're going to have Quentin. Got a few more runners still to go in this wave. And this is going to be our final wave of today. Tomorrow we've got a full day. I think we're starting around 9 a.m. going until around 7 p.m. So make sure to join in. We're going to have our youngest kids running. And then we're going to also have our 15 and under category, our adult amateurs, our adult pros, and our masters division. So a lot of fun tomorrow. Should see a lot of pretty crazy runs. Some of those 15-year-olds and certainly some of the pros are really going to push this on time. And let's see how many full clears we get total. Right now we've only got one on this course. The 13-year-olds are running the same course as the adults. We have one done by tie. And while I do anticipate getting more, like I said, this is a tough course. I don't think we're going to see too many full clears, even taking into account amateurs and pro adults and the 15-year-olds. If you've got a guess of how many full clears you think we're going to see total on the adult course, throw it in the comments. I want to know what you think. If we get enough people, I'll tell you what I think we're going to see too. So Quentin unfortunately fell on the rolling steps. Just kind of hit the front end and tipped one over, but got through parkour. Getting good swing here. And going with the one-handed dismount and gets it no problem. This is one of the hard obstacles here. Mainly coming up right here with the icicle grab. Pretty tough to skip it. So you're just going a long ways up. And really hard to hold on to as well. And Quentin unfortunately unable to do that. Now Quentin, a member here at Burnsville, competing in his home gym, Conquer Burnsville. But of course a lot of this course is set up after hours. It is a mystery to everybody, not like something they could practice. And there's not a whole lot in this course that you would see if you just came into the gym. A lot's been mixed up for this competition. Quentin on the ring trapeze touches them, but just like a few runners ago I mentioned, just fully extended. Makes it really hard to hold on. Makes it really uneasy, especially in the mental game holding on, because you know that's going to be a pretty painful grab. Not something you necessarily want to do to your body. Quentin gets through roadblock really quick. One of the faster roadblocks for sure, and into spider jam. Let's see him coming around the first one here. Let's see what he chooses to do. Really good job there. Oh, unfortunately put a foot down. You can see one of the things that is a smart move I've seen some people do is even if you feel pretty confident, if you want to play it safe, you got to go up high in that spider climb, because I've seen a lot of people slipping. It's weird. You're taking weight on and off in weird areas, and that foot slipping, if you're low, you know, unfortunately you just don't have a lot of safety net basically of where you could catch yourself. Quentin makes it through the first point on propellers, but just opts to not even try the propellers there. Just went for the stationary one and jumped down. Trying to use his time on canes. Got it out there, had a grab for a second, but just kind of peeled off. And that is the end of Quentin's run. Our next runner here, Riley. Clear on the first one. Clear on the second. And Riley, a member of Conquer as well. I think Conquer Burnsville, but I could be wrong. And gets through. Could actually be Conquer Eden Prairie. I think that's where Riley is. Gonna see if he can hold on to the icicle. Gets it, but just not able to hold on and bring it up to that cone. Going into ring trapeze, starting off on the flying squirrel. Flying squirrel, of course, making it a little bit difficult with that wide grip, but the rings that you have to lâcher to are wide as well. Came off a little crooked there, unable to get that point. Now into roadblock, can't use your hands, lower body only. Gets that roadblock off and gets onto the mat. Into spider climb. Sorry, spider jam. And Riley through the first spider jam. Let's see what Riley does here. Got hands on top. Now on the side. And should be through for a clear. All right, into the wing nuts. Gets the first point on that stationary one. And unfortunately unable to get to the full-on rotating propeller. Going for that. Oh, got the first one up. He had a good grip on it and even had a good grip on the second one there for a second. Unable to hold it though. And I believe we've got some more runners here still. Our template here should update in just a second. There we go. We've got Blake up next. All right, through the first two obstacles right into the sliding rings. And the dismount with the clear, that's 3 points so far. Now on to the icicles. Moving really quickly here. Let's see if Blake can hold it. He does, no problem. Maybe the strongest grip we've seen there so far. But I think he just came down and fell on the dismount. Let me see when it updates here. Yeah, so you'll notice he got 0 points on the obstacles. On the icicles, he opted to not touch that top middle icicle. Sorry, he opted not touch the top middle icicle, which gives you that first point. You don't have to. But the downside is if you fall at the end, if you fall in the back half of that obstacle, you get 0 points, even though you cross the halfway line. So maybe a mental error there, maybe part of his plan. Fortunately, got 0 points on that. And then came up short on the ring trapeze on the first one. Did get the roadblock and made quick work of it. And now Blake is in the spider jam trying to figure it out. Looks like he got that. Now he's going into the second spider jam here. This one's a little bit different. The pads are different, you notice. The first one, and he gets it. Pads in the first one is rectangle most of the way up. Those ones are, I think they're hexagons or octagons, something like that. All right, big jump off the trampoline. Reaching out, just kind of monkey barring across. And doing a good job of that. Now the first propeller, you notice his swing going a lot of forward and backwards, which you don't want. You really need to stay just sideways. He's gonna need to correct that. And he did correct it, but just didn't pull up hard enough, unfortunately. All right, now on to the cane lane. Got it. Really strong swing. Going to readjust the grip a little, I think, which is a smart move. And touching that bar is worth 1 point. So that is 1 point of a 2-point obstacle. He would have had to go through the salmon ladder after that Didn't get the grab, but able to get 1 point. All right, on to the icicles here. So far with full points. This one, he's got that grip and able to make it across. Now let's see if he can. He touches the top icicle there. See, that was a smart move. We saw the last competitor miss both points because he skipped that top icicle and then fell on the back half. So far, still got a full clear going. We've only got one full clear today. Full clear would put you pretty much instantly on the podium and a pretty good shot at staying there. Gets the first ring trapeze, gets the second. Really good swings, just floating, not coming down too hard, not being too extended, getting the right amount of distance. Lower body only allowed here, saves it there with a little bit of balance. And just skipping the rest of the rolling log, very smart. Now into spider climb, spider jam. All right, working his way through the first one, trying to figure this out. Again, those top mats cannot touch the ground. You can touch them, you can put weight on them, you can put your hands or feet wherever you want on them, but if they fall down and touch the ground, even if you do not touch the ground, that will be a fall. So you want to put weight on these things, but you want to make sure you're not putting it in the wrong places to tip it over. Looks like he gets through the first one. Let's see if he's figured out a plan for the second one, although the second one, a stack of 3. So a little more that could go wrong there, and different shapes as well. So and this is Arjun. I think I mispronounced his name earlier. And gets around. It's been a really strong run so far. Full clear so far. We've not seen too many people get this far as a full clear. We've had a handful though, but still 2 very hard obstacles left. Starting with wing nuts into propellers. Probably gonna monkey bar through the propellers. He's got the reach, no problem. Onto this. Ooh, able to save that. Onto the first one here. Now these next 2 spin. They spin a full 360 freely. So you gotta keep them. Yeah, too much weight on the back half of that. You gotta keep your weight even. Still a very good run so far. Let's see if he could get a podium here. Cane Lane has to go across these 2 canes. Lashane. And then touching that red bar that you'll see in a second will be 1 point. And taking the salmon ladder up, touching the top of it is the second point. Kind of killed all his swing here. Let's see if he can build it back up. Now this is weird because you get a lot of crooked swing. He gets it, gonna fix his hands, very smart, almost pulled the cane off. But again, he's gotta fix that swing. I believe that is gonna be called as 0 points. We'll wait until we get the official. He just had to touch that red bar. Not sure if he did. Let's see where he ends up. I think the judge is still discussing it, and he's going to end up with 9 points. So let's see. I think he did not touch that red bar. So I think 0 points on that last obstacle. But currently sitting in 4th place, 9 points, a time of 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Up next, we have Andreas. Andreas, a strong competitor out of Obstacle Academy. All right, Andreas, starting off on the rolling steps. Gets through those. Into parkour. Gets through that. Into rings, sliding rings. Having some good skill on this, and gets to the dismount. Working on that icicle. This, of course, the tough part. Has those lock-offs really good and able to get through. Gonna take a little breather before the ring trapeze. All right, on to the next one. Just needs the dismount and able to get it.
That was cool that you guys ran the professional run. Yeah. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah.
And gets through roadblock. Didn't even kick the roadblock off. Oh, unfortunately stretched out just a little too far. Needed to wait a little bit longer, I think, before doing that. Lost the point there. Still has a very good run going. Jumps up to that first wing nut, reaches out to the second one. 1 point on the stable propeller, now onto the rotating ones. Nice transfer there. One of the smoother transfers we've seen. Let's see if we can get that. Oh! Fortunately unable to pull that in. I think we've only had one competitor get that second propeller today. And that is our full clear. Chalking up, resting up. Grabbing that cane, making a plan. Pulling out the mat, which is allowed if you want to get up higher. Jumping out. Going to the second. Now that mat might be in the way a little, but no problem for Andreas. Gets that second cane. Needs to build up a swing here. Touching that red bar is going to be 1 point. And if you want to keep going the obstacle, you have to show control, and Andreas gets it. Now onto the salmon ladder. You're not allowed to drop down. Ooh, Andreas gonna muscle up a little bit and shake out. And chalk up. I've not seen somebody do this. Let's see if that's ultimately going to help him out. Judge just said he got 45 seconds left. Gets onto the salmon ladder now. Let's see. All right, so this is a little bit of beta here. Instead of transferring and going up, Andreas is going to try to go up. And then on the transfer, you don't have to transfer the bar anymore. All you got to do is touch the top cross beam. And so this could be a better move. Of course, we have seen people in other age groups peel off on the salmon ladder. Or sorry, have it come out of its hold. And I'm not sure what happened there. Salmon ladder might have been hands only. And he might have gotten called for putting his shoulders over it. Or he might have timed out. Let me see if I can check it out here. I'm showing a time of 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Which could be the last point he got. But he could have been called for something as well. I'm sorry, I'm not sure exactly what happened. All right, up next we have Jackson. Jackson, from what I can see, looking like one of our taller competitors in this age group. All right, through the rolling steps and parkour, right into sliding ring. Through the sliding ring. Now we got to see these lock off and grip strength here. Gets it. Really just pulls through it, honestly. Not afraid of the icicle like so many people have been, and rightly so. It has taken out quite a few ninjas. Wasting no time into ring trapeze. And gets it. And gets the second set of trapeze rings and the dismount. This is lower body only. And through the roadblock for a clear. Into Spider Jam. Let's see what he does. I mentioned I think he's a taller competitor in this age group. Gives you some problems in these tight spaces, but also allows you to reach the other wall around these mats a little more easily. He's making quick work of it. Looks like he's figured it out pretty well. He's got to turn around. Most likely. He does. And he gets the point. Now coming into the back two obstacles, and these are some real burners. Wingnuts to propellers. The wingnut's not an issue for most people. Close enough that you can reach right through them, just kind of monkey bar across. But those propellers, again, it's a weird obstacle. Most people have not put hands on something like that before. They did make an appearance in the 2019, I believe, World Finals, UNAA World Finals, which was hosted by Conquer. And not seen them in too many things since. We haven't had them in a competition in a long time. You can see he's swinging around. He's got the swing, but it was just too far out and unable to hold on to that. He did get 1 point from that obstacle, though, by getting a hand on the stationary one. And he's got good time so far. This is a 4-minute course limit, I believe. So he's got 1 minute and 10 seconds at this point. So spending some of that time to shake out, because this is a long obstacle. If we were able to play that back for you in slow motion, I think what you'd see is grabbing one hand too high on the cane there. And what happens is when you hit it with force, if your hands are low on it, your force pulls the cane forward. It rotates, but it pulls it forward and it stays hooked on. And as you rotate back, as your momentum comes back, the cane goes around. But if you grab it up high, what we've been seeing is people rotating further and then the cane, the hook of the cane, coming off that bar. And that's what happened there. All right, we've got one more runner in this group, Ryan. Again, we've only had one full clear. Let's see if Ryan could be our second. Nice job by Ryan on the rolling steps and parkour. Good reach on that sliding ring. He didn't hit it with quite as much speed, but he gets through it. All right, thinking about his lock-off coming up on this icicle. Match hands. He was straight armed, you could see. That lock off is what you need to make the next move, but of course you need the grip strength to hold on as well. And Ryan unable to hold on. The hat's coming off though. He's losing some weight to fly through the air on these rings. First up, the flying squirrel, of course. That wide grip into the rings. Oh, just needed a little bit more swing. I think he came up a little short. Shaking it off and going into a roadblock. I do not think his hand made contact there, so I think they're going to let that one slide. Gets that point. Now into the spider jam. See that top one wobbling around a little bit, but it stays. Putting his hand up top. You can see that one tipping, but it stays as well. Getting lucky on that balance of both pillars there, but gets the point. Now on the wing nuts. Ryan, I believe he's a member at Conquer here. I'm thinking Conquer Woodbury, perhaps. Could be wrong. Now on to the propellers. We've only seen one person complete these, and it is going to stay at one person. Ryan shaking it off. He's got a minute and a half left. Gonna rest up, catch his breath. Get a little bit of strength back. Gets the first cane. He's got a really good swing going. Gets that second one. Let's see if he can get this point on the red bar or even further. He got the touch, I believe, for a point, but unable to do the back half of that obstacle. Actually, scratch out. I'm not sure if he touched the red bar. Looking at the points that are up right now, it's looking like he did not touch the red bar. They could still be adjusting that or something, but from what I can see on my screen, that was a 0-point obstacle at the end. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of our 13 and under competitors, and also the end of the night for us. We will have our award ceremony here soon. I'm going to put up the standings just so you can see. First place with our only full clear, Ty, followed up by Jack and Ben to round out the top three. And I'll scroll through them here for you. So you can see where everybody placed. We are going to be coming back tomorrow starting at 9 a.m., I believe. 9:30, something like that. And tomorrow we are going to have a full day of ninja competitions. We're going to have our 7 and under crew. We will also have our 15 and unders, our pro and amateur adults, and our masters division. So look out tomorrow for a link, and we will see you tomorrow.